Hello, guys. This is Kevin Sandhu with Fleetline Insurance Services, and I'm here again with another topic. We always try to bring you industry information, share with you some insights about trucking, about insurance, about other areas that impact trucking, just to keep you updated on what's going on in the industry. So we're hoping that it can help you in your trucking career. It can help you make decisions about how to kind of invest in trucking, how to do trucking, and what are the areas that you need to be careful about. So if you like our videos, please you can like, subscribe, share, and so we can continue to post this content for you. And today we are talking about 2023. As you all know, this is year we are all talking about recession. We are talking about an economic slowdown due to the interest rates rising, inflation, all other factors that we keep hearing in the news. And now we are seeing the effects of the recession. And normally if you talk to any economist, they'll tell you, we have an economic slowdown. The first indicator is a slowdown in trucking. So whenever there's a recession, that's how the first impact you see is on trucking, because all of a sudden the goods and services goods are affected, and trucking is affected because we move goods. So that's an indication that the economy has slowed down. So again, before I go through it, I want to let you know that we provide all types of insurance coverage in California. We are a California licensed insurance broker that we represent you, the trucker, and find the best policies for you. Very competitive rates. Our phone service is available to our insureds 24/7, 365. You can call us anytime you need a certificate, anytime you have a question about your policy, anytime you want to file a claim or anything happens, give us a call and we help you all the time. Our number is 1-800-405-7421, 1-800-405-7421, or you can reach us at fleetlineinsurance.com. Fill out a contact page. It's very simple, your name, email, and phone number, and we'll reach out to you right away. So you want to get a new insurance policy, you want to get a renewal, if your insurance is coming up and you just want to compare the rates, please give us a call. We'll love to talk to you. We'll give you the best rates possible with A-rated companies that you can be sure are going to cover your claim. So now we're going to talk about trucking in 2023, or how to survive in the trucking industry in 2023. So it's a very challenging year, no doubt. I mean, it's very clear, it's written on the wall that the economy has slowed down. We are facing some type of recession, and the trucking industry has slowed down. That's the first indicator, as I told before. So, I mean, not everything is good, not everything is bad. It's a mix, but there are some alerts, some things in 2023 that we need to know and understand, so that can help us make better decisions financially, so we don't jeopardize our trucking business. So let me tell you first about what are the concerning factors that you can call it, not necessarily bad news or what, but something of concern in 2023 that we need to be alerted about. First is, if you look at the manufacturing sector, the manufacturing sector is down. The imports are down, which simply means that there are less goods to be moved. The imports are down, and manufacturing is down. It's a sign of economic slowdown. So it's going to impact the trucking. It is. So if you're thinking about a big expansion, if you have, for example, you have 5 trucks now. In 2022, you had 5 trucks, and you thought in 2023, I'm going to add 4 more trucks. Please don't do that. If you can keep the 5 trucks busy, you're blessed. So, I would advise you not to think about expansion, at least in 2023, and just see how this goes along. And maybe in 24, we'll have a recovery, as everybody's talking about. So lie low, just keep your guys busy, retain your drivers if you have drivers. If not, if you have 1 truck, just keep that truck. And please don't think about upgrading it. If you have an older truck that is serving your purpose, even if you thought that in 2022 was a good year, that I'm going to buy a new truck, please hold on to that idea. I would suggest that. Don't buy a new truck, just pass, let this storm pass, and then hopefully in 2024 you'll be able to do that. That'll control your expenses, and especially when the truck prices are so high. A new truck that used to cost about $125 now costs $200,000. So before you make that investment, please look at the economy. It's slowing down. Insurance cost is higher. So comparatively, if you compare 20, 21, 22, 23, the insurance cost is rising. And the insurance cost is directly related to the value of your truck. So if you have a truck that's serving your purpose, don't try to buy a more expensive newer truck that's only going to raise the cost of your insurance. So let's let the 23 pass with your old truck at a lower cost. The fuel cost is going up. So again, we need to be careful about expansion, because if the economy is slowing down, we have our cost of insurance and fuel is going to go high, our profit margins are going to go low, and then everybody's going to find themselves in a problem. So smart decisions like that will help. And if you're a trucker that is leased on to bigger carriers, be very careful. Think about your options, because whenever the economic recession hits, the big carriers, like they run 10, 15, 20,000 trucks each. The first thing they do when there's an economic slowdown is they try to lay off the sub-haulers or the leased trucks, because that's not their responsibility. Their responsibility is to run their company trucks, company-owned trucks, and drivers. So if there's an economic slowdown and you work for a very big company, you can be hit with a layoff. So try to think about plan B, which could be leasing on to a smaller carrier, or a non-asset carrier that doesn't have their own trucks. They are going to retain you because they don't have their own equipment. So, and then another thing is, in 2023, don't depend on the load boards. A lot of these load boards are, they offer very competitive rates. So if there is less freight, like the manufacturing and imports are slowing, so if there is less freight available and more trucks, then the rates are going to be cheaper. The brokers are going to pay only what they have to pay. So if they have 100 trucks calling from the same load, they're going to drop down their rates. So don't depend on the load board. Don't try to increase your fleet if you're dependent on load boards, because that's going to be another kind of area that's going to run you into a loss. So make sure you don't do that, and try to go more traditional to weather this storm. Your Amazon, UPS, all these are going to slow down and are slowing down if you're involved with them. So try to work with smaller companies. Try to keep your cost low. If you have an older truck, try to run with that in 2023. Don't increase your expenses. Don't buy new trucks. That would be my suggestion. But then again, you're the master of your business, but I can only suggest. But what is it that I suggest that you need to go through 2023 without a major loss, or without being bankrupt, or without breaking your back? So there are some things that you can do, and you can kind of go through 2023 profitably, making some money, taking care of the family, bills, expenses, and still be able to survive without thinking about changing careers. If you're a company driver, if you were thinking about buying your own truck in 2023, I would say, kind of postpone that idea for at least 1 year. Because if you're a company driver with an established company, just stay there. That would be your best option. Because even if the work slows down, the bigger companies that have drivers are going to do anything to retain their drivers. Because if the company is financially, they'll retain their drivers, because they know that this is going to go away, this economic recession is going to end, and they'll still need good drivers to continue their business. So if you're working as a driver with a company that's not financially stable, just find a financially stable company. Change your jobs, find a financially stable company, and that will keep you on board, that will retain you through this financial slowdown. Similarly, with this economic slowdown, imports, the trucks that depend on imports are going to be worst affected, like the container trucks that haul from the ports, various ports in the country. They're going to be impacted because there's less product coming into the country. So if you're somebody who's trying to get into containerized trucking or ocean trucking, I would suggest hold on to that idea until things pick up. Otherwise, if you buy a truck and you have all these expenses, being a new person you're not going to get enough freight because companies provide freight on a seniority basis. So if you're new, you're at the last, you're on the lowest ladder. So just postpone that idea. If you're working as a trucker, currently you have an ocean within a company that does ocean trucks, and you're not getting paid enough, where do you go next? The refrigerated produce is slow. Long haul is very, very slow right now as we see it. The few sectors in the economy that are surviving and that I would suggest you move on to, at least for the shorter time, is to do dump trucking, hauling aggregate construction materials for the construction industry. And I say that especially for California drivers because California has received a lot of funding for infrastructure development, for roads and bridges and all that. So there's going to be a lot of work in 2023 for construction. So if you have a truck and you're looking to change from container trucking to any other type of trucking, or from LTL trucking, because that's also slow, intrastate trucking in California is slow, you might have to buy a dump truck, or you can lease you might have to buy a dump trailer, like an end dump trailer, or you can lease an end dump trailer from the trucking company itself. So they'll deduct a percentage of it. All you need, and you can use the same truck that you're already using. You don't have to upgrade or buy a new truck. So that would be a really good option. That would be my suggestion, is to explore into dump trucking, because that's going to stay busy. Whenever recession happens, governments, the federal government, the state governments divert a lot of money into infrastructure to keep the jobs going, to create more jobs. So there is a lot of money being pumped into construction. So that's kind of, be careful about bigger businesses, because a lot of bigger businesses lay off truckers. So also try to find your local distribution warehouses. So whenever a recession happens, the local distributors, like your grocery distributor, your local smaller distribution company that distribute food locally to restaurants and stuff, they stay busy all year round pretty much, even in recession. So try to Google around, find local warehouses and local distribution centers in your area, and call them and see if they can use your truck for local deliveries. That would be another way to continue making money during 2023. And if you are a company, try to deal with reputable brokers. If you get your loads from a freight broker, and your current freight broker has slowed down, then sometimes in a hurry we want to add on new brokers to keep our trucks busy, but be very careful, because a lot of people take advantage of these times. A lot of brokers would just open up shop and have few trucking companies do loads for them, and then just collect 100,000 whatever, and run away and take their brokerage to another state, and you might not get paid. That happens a lot during recession. So find reputable brokers. Always check the brokers. It's more important to check the broker's credit during the recession. So there are several credit reporting agencies. You can Google a business that check the business credit. They'll send you a credit report. It's not expensive at all. And you can know the broker's credit history before pulling out a load from the broker. So those are kind of some of the pieces of advice that I thought I shared with you. So if you like this video, make sure you like it, subscribe, and share with everybody so we can continue posting this information. Next time I'll bring on a next topic. Again, this is Kevin with Fleetline Insurance Services. Our number is 1-800-405-7421, 1-800-405-7421, or you can reach us at fleetlineinsurance.com. Have a good day. Thank you.